NFL season is about to wrap up tonight with the Jets and Browns Monday Night Football. That's a barn burner and something we all must tune in for. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm going to start doing NFL division recaps every week. So I'm going to start with my team's division, the NFC South. The Saints, Bucs, and Falcons are all 1-1. My Carolina Panthers, unfortunately, 0-2. But I'm going to start with the biggest stories for every team and how they look this week. The biggest story for the New Orleans Saints and the rest of the NFL, unfortunately, for Drew Brees. He fractured his thumb on Aaron Donald's helmet yesterday, out 6 weeks. So now the team is Teddy Bridgewater's, which in the grand scheme of things, yeah, you'd rather have surefire Hall of Famer Drew Brees under center every day of the week. But Sean Payton, love him or hate him as a head coach, he's a great one, and he will scheme the offense around Teddy Bridgewater. And he has a little bit more mobility, and they still do have Michael Thomas. They lost a few other key cogs, Kirkwood and Traquan Smith as well as wide receiver, but you still got that horse and Michael Thomas and the running back Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. So I believe if they can keep their head above water while Drew Brees has his thumb surgery, they'll be okay. Unfortunately, their opponents are at Seattle, Dallas on Sunday Night Football, the Bucs, whose defense is definitely much improved with the addition of Todd Bowles, and I don't know their last opponent off the top of my head, but that's going to be difficult to keep the head above water. But they're going to give it a great try with one of the best offensive minds in football in Sean Payton. So that's the recap for the Saints. Next, the Bucs. Unfortunately, the Bucs came into Carolina and stole a win from us. Their defense was stellar. Todd Bowles was the best addition to Bruce Arians' many additions to his staff. I think he has 29 members, and I like that about him. Anybody that has a great football mind, he'll give a chance. And Todd Bowles took a defense that last year was Swiss cheese, and it wasn't even close, to a very formidable group. They stopped my Panthers 3 times on 4th and less than 1, and that's the reason they won the game. But also, Jameis Winston was pretty steady on Thursday night. His favorite target was Godwin, but he had several good throws, and most importantly for him, he's had a lot of turnovers in his career. 79, he didn't have any, and he was just methodical and managed the game very well, unfortunately for my Carolina Panthers. And I feel like as he gets into the Bruce Arians era, he calls himself the quarterback whisperer, and along with Byron Leftwich, I think he will get even better and be a formidable opponent in the NFC South. But that's my first-hand look at the Tampa Bay Bucs. For Atlanta, man, that was a survival of the fittest. Who can turn over the ball less, who can prize fight boxing match against the Philadelphia Eagles last night. Matt Ryan overcame 3 interceptions, 2 of them really not good when they were in control. And I think the third one, his arm might have gotten hit to affect that one, but some stuff that you don't want to see. And obviously 3 interceptions, you usually don't win the game. But Isaiah Oliver made the game-saving play on Zach Ertz with a very impressive tackle in the open field. But the big trophy goes to Julio Jones, the newly minted $66 million contract, 3 years. And out of everybody in the league, he's one guy that deserves every penny of that. And he's one of my favorite non-Panthers, even on a division rival, because there's no drama, there's no nothing. He just goes out there and does his job. And a big assist to Jake Matthews, who got roasted last week by Minnesota and had a little bit of a difficult night until that last 4th and 3 play where he pancaked the Eagles DB to get them a big home opening win and allow them not to fall to the dreaded 0-2. Matt Ryan's 11-1 in home openers, which is a good stat. And got to give Matt Ryan credit, even though it pains me, because he audibled out of the play to get to that Julio Jones play. So good on him for that. For Carolina, for my Panthers, boy, it's ugly. Norv Turner, Ron Rivera, Cam Newton, the play calling, it's a lot. Not only are we 0-2, but they're both at home, one to a division opponent. Our offensive line looks like a paper bag at points where Cam Newton's running for his life. And then fourth and less than a yard, a foot, you don't run a 265-pound quarterback. And he's just missing easy throws. There's nothing good about it. And there's no innovation in play calling. We do have 3 other running backs that we could use in short yardage sledgehammer situations to take the attention away from Christian McCaffrey and maybe even just call the run plays. We're not even calling them anymore, so we don't even know if his foot, shoulder, whatever, his body is healthy. So it's very annoying for the Carolina Panthers and their fan base right now. It's just me, especially. The last 8 games we've had were 0-8, and I think we've lost all of them by 6 points or less. So that's terrible. But 0-2 is not a good start. But I think in 2012, I want to say, we were 1-3 and made it 12-4. So it is possible. 12.5% is not a lot, but you still got 14 weeks to go, and we don't say keep pounding for nothing around here. But my hero for the NFC South this week will be Julio Jones and Jake Matthews for that pancake block that I mentioned earlier, and Julio Jones just because that game-winning score was amazing, and Isaiah Oliver just making that game-saving play on Zach Ertz. Those are my heroes. And my not so much would be Norv Turner, Cam Newton, just the play calling and the lack of clarity on whether he's healthy or not is very annoying. And now we're sitting at 0-2 because of that. And Drew Brees, hope you get healthy because I love watching you play, but hopefully it buries the Saints a little bit. But hope you enjoy. I'll do the NFC North next.